Yes, people. How we all doing? What we all saying? Welcome to the Liverpool versus Real Madrid preview. A game that I've got to be honest, I do not know how to feel about it. Let me just get that out there right now. I have no idea what to feel about this game coming up because about a week ago, if not a week ago, I was dreading this game for everything it was worth. I was dreading it. Did not want to do it. Now, say it quietly, there's a little bit of optimism. There's a little bit of optimism. There's a little bit of me going, oh, on our day, give us a bit of Real. We might just do something. That's really, it's mad how football changes like that. But that's really not the biggest news of today. We'll touch on the biggest news of today in a minute. But first, let's get through these comments. Hassam Army in the house. I was just in that stream. I am back on Hassam's channel at 11. So make sure you're getting involved in that one as well. But big up Hassam. Big up Ryan, mate. Good to see you. We are finished as a club. Do you think there's a chance it's a PR stunt from John Henry? Probably not. I think I'll touch on it now because I think that's what the majority of the comments are going to be able to start off with. What I think has went on is we've put the club up for sale and we haven't got any offers that we wanted. So he's pulling it back, going for minority investments, hoping that the minority investments, they'll take about 30% of the club. They'll fund the whole rebuild. FSG pocket the profits and FSG sell the remaining 60-70% of the club 3-4 years down the line for even more money. They're just trying to maximize how much money they get. Smart business. I can't exactly fault them as a businessman. Really, really smart as a businessman. Big up Ravi. Big up the man's Tom. That's a little fair enough. Ollie Magic, FSG in. Wonder who you support, lad. Tekis Dave. Yes, Tommy Boy. I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Hope you're well as well. Love the away kit, lad. This is the one that's been up there for months now. Figured I'd pull it back out, represent the boy Mo Salah ahead of the big game tomorrow. I have no excitement for tomorrow night now. I've got all the excitement for tomorrow night. I'm getting a little bit sick of all this ownership talk. I just want to get... whilst there's football to be played, I just want to focus on the football. Liverpool are not serious as a club wanting to sell. The owners aren't. The club want to, but the owners aren't. I think we will do something against Madrid. I think there's a chance, but there are some things that have to go our way for that first. Big up yourself, Adamson. Minority investments is not a positive. People will spend in one window, but after that, it'll be back to square one. It means nothing for the long term. That's something that I do need to touch upon because that is the main part of this minority investment thing. I'll touch on that in a minute when I go into my little section on it. Big up yourself, Daryl, FSG, respect on. Listen to what Ozan is saying. Top class centre back. Never once doubted them. Never once doubted them. Big up and listen to what he's saying. We are fucked. FSG needs to sell. I mean, but we all want FSG out for different reasons. I've been FSG out for 4+ years now because I do not believe that I can trust them as an ownership group. People will be FSG out because they don't believe they've invested enough in the squad. That's fine. But there's a unanimous goal here that they can't be our owners for if we want sustained success, or they haven't shown that they can be that. Big up yourselves, Dallas. Big up yourself. Been a while. How are we, Tom? Well, I've been ages, birds asleep, so I thought I'd come and show you some support. Good lad, Dallas. Good lad. I think he's looking for the most money he can get. 100%. Smart businessman. Smart businessman. Your channel name was a bit hard. No wonder it took me months or so. You're just giving Hassam the vindication because he got on at me over this a couple of days ago saying that I need to get rid of the one in the name and put the I. But on everywhere else, like on Twitter, like I can't put the I in there because it's taken already. So I'll probably change it. I will probably change it. Ryan, we got to big up the boys. I think we all support the boys. I think we do all support the boys. Nunes starts, we beat Madrid. That's something that we do need to touch upon. That is something because we don't know what's going on with him. Obviously, he was in training today, which was a really good sign, but it was a decent little injury thing that he picked up against Newcastle, so hoping he's all okay. When was the last time I screened some foot? When was the last time I played Foot Champs? November? Pre-World Cup, I think. Like I've just completely gone off FIFA. Can't stand the game. I'm more of an FM guy. I'm gonna. I will probably stream FM on YouTube at some point in the future. I will probably do that. Do we go the same front three? That's something that I'll touch upon. Something that I will touch upon because, contrary to popular belief, I wouldn't. I would make a change in that front three. Nunes is massive for tomorrow, huge. Him against Carvajal is where we might win the game. Nunes up against any fullback is so dangerous because the best way I can describe Nunes is he's like a little puppy. He doesn't know what he's going to do next. So no one else knows what he's going to do next. That's why he's so hard to defend. One like, that's crap. Come on, boys. One like. We've got 14 people in here. Let's get it up to 10 at least. Come on. Listen to Ravi here. We beat Madrid 2-0, but if we score early, we end on the tie. I don't think we keep a clean sheet, but I can see us getting 2 goals. Big up Tom, my mate, up the middle. Let's have it. Let me guess. You think Klopp will start Nunes as a striker or a winger? Klopp will start him as a winger because his best position is on the wing. 100% on the wing. Because he just ends up getting into the correct positions out there. Stefan Bajcetic masterclass tomorrow night, last 3-0 Redmond. Stefan Bajcetic. I saw Tony Crewson, Aurelian Tchouameni, that they've avoided, they've dropped out. They're not in the match day squad, they're not in the travelling squad. They saw the Stefan Bajcetic test coming up and they've dodged it. They've swerved it. They've panicked. They've shit themselves. Stefan Bajcetic test, it's unbeaten. It's unbeaten. Tommy, you from Toxic? No, I'm from Garston. Smash up the likes like Gakpo, smash the goal versus the tune. 100%. How do you rate eFootball? I haven't played the new one, but 2021 on PC with mods, that's still my favourite football game. Bajcetic is a must start. Bajcetic has to be first outfielder name on the team sheet. 100%. Jota should start IMO. Ukasha, me and you, we're on that same wavelength. I understand it was just hard to find you through normal search. A lot of boxes were showing up. What? Look how inconsiderate them boxes are trying to stop me from having a good YouTube career. Disgraceful from them. Salah is a good finisher. What's this nonsense teasing? He scored most of your goals. Salah is there's a difference. So when I say there's a great finisher, that man there, Robbie Fowler, was a great finisher. Mo Salah to me isn't a great finisher. Because when I look at what a great finisher is, I look at someone who can do it. Left foot, right foot ahead. Anywhere inside the 18-yard box, they're more than likely going to score. Salah doesn't give me that. Salah on his left foot, banger. On his right foot and in the air, not so much. In the same breath that with Suarez, I thought, with his right foot and with his head, superb, immense. Left foot, not as great. Even though we had his moments, I still think Suarez was a better finisher than Salah. But for me, if I had to rank it, it would be Fowler, Suarez, Salah, Sturridge. But Salah and Sturridge are intertwinable. Really, really intertwinable. Yep. It is. Gosh, I can give it that much. It goes off down there. Massive performance required tomorrow, and we need to shut down Vinny Jr. Easier said than done, that isn't it? Easier said than done, because Vinny Jr. is the two Brazilian wingers for Real scared the shit out of me. And I think Rodrigo has not gotten anywhere near enough credit because he terrifies me just as much. Tchouameni's a huge miss for Madrid. Yeah, especially when based off. I've spoke to a couple of Madrid fans. I've looked into like predicted lineups and that they wouldn't move Valverde back. Apparently, Valverde would stay on the right wing, which is a bit mad to me. So, mate, will this be a basketball game because you and Madrid can see countless chances? I don't think. It won't be high scoring. I don't think it'll be high scoring because I think it'll be too nervy. But in terms of the dynamic of the game, I could see it devolving into that at point, yeah. Does my boy Gomez start? Well, when we get onto the tactical preview and what my starting 11 will be, you'll find out, Ravi. Do you think Thiago's holding us back? No. I think Thiago was getting played in every game and he was slowing down, which is not the correct way to use Thiago. Thiago still has his uses. Thiago still has his games where he should be used, and they are not Wolves away. They are not like Brentford away. Thiago should be used for the elite of the elite games, and we haven't done that because whatever reason, we're just dopes. I've got a few mates who live in Walton. Walton's not great. Salah isn't clinically prolific. I can back that statement. And don't act like don't think it's a bad thing if I say that Salah isn't clinical because he's still mad with his goals. It's just I class clinical as a different thing. Gomez as a must-start can't deal with the flexion ship starting against Benzema. That is a very good point. I mean, I think everyone would agree with you because John Matip this season has been a bit ropes. Even though Joe Gomez hasn't been much better. Big up Tom, come on the Reds. We can beat Madrid if we turn up. I'm calling it by Chester's rather masterclass. First Madrid, we win 2-1 on FSG out. Big up yourself, Yavad. I can see that scoreline. That's something close to what I'd be saying. Why do people think Klopp playing Carvalho and Elliott together is a curse on the team? Because the one time he done it in the Premier League, he played them in the wrong position and we got battered by Everton away. He decided to put two of the least physically developed players in the squad in box-to-box centre mid roles against the most physical midfield in the league, and it didn't work, surprisingly. So they've always had a little bit of a bad knock after that. I don't trust Gomez, especially in the UCL against Madrid. Believe it or not, I trust Matip more. VVD and Matip was the partnership that won the UCL. I would agree, but when I look at John Matip and who he's going to be up against on the side he's on against Vinny, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Is Nunes like a young Michael Owen? No. I don't think that they're close to being the same player. I think they're both quick, and that's probably where the comparison ends. Do you think Thiago's... I've had that one already, but like I said, that's my point of view on it. Do you think we'll let Madrid have the ball and look to play on the counter-attack? I don't think Madrid want the ball, though. I think Madrid want to hit us on the counter-attack. So I don't know how it will... I reckon we'll end up with more of the ball. I've got to be honest. I think Sturridge was a better finisher. I can hear that argument. Sturridge... To be fair, I've never really liked Sturridge because he used to annoy the shit out of me with his injuries. But his finishing ability, top. Yeah, he wants to buy... That was the name, Ceballos. I kept seeing that one. Explain the goals per game ratio of Salah versus Cardiff. Philosophy is meant to be a superior finisher because Robbie Fowler played more games. Robbie Fowler was in worse Liverpool teams. Robbie Fowler came back for another spell at 34. When you look at peak Robbie Fowler versus peak Mohamed Salah, Robbie Fowler was a better finisher. Thiago by Chesich and Fabs. I don't think Thiago is fit, unfortunately. Unfortunately for us. We need to stop Madrid's midfield. That's what we try to do every single game this season, and most of the time it doesn't work. But by Chetic in there, you never know. He's turned the corner for us. Salah scored 32 goals. Salah scored 32 Prem goals. Sturridge would wish he could do that. If Sturridge was fit enough, he probably could get close to that. That's how good a finisher he was. Is Mendy back for Madrid? Is it going to be Camavinga at left back? From what I've seen, it's apparently Alaba at left back. It's Alaba. Then it's Militao and Rudiger as a centre-back partnership with Carvajal at right back. If you know Kirkdale's the place to be, live in the Rotunda and the Mackies nearby. That's the one thing. Fucking no Mackies nearby. It's a fucking killer. Do you think top reds are brown envelopes and wrong'uns? I think top reds need to understand that it's not their football club. It's everyone's football club. That just because they have an L postcode doesn't mean they're superior to everyone else and their opinion matters more. Do you see Mike Gordon returning now? No, because I don't see why they'd let him go to bring him back in to let him go again. Man like Tom, big up yourself, Pablo. Yeah, and the best team in Sturridge was 2 injury prone. Yeah, I think he had that in him. I think Sturridge had the capability, but he just was never fit enough. Phillips statistically is better than Gomez, but do we start him? Nat Phillips, I love Nat Phillips. People know I love Nat Phillips. I love his style of defending. I think he's just hilarious to watch. But he's also a solid defender who plays within himself, i.e., what I think is an issue with Gomez and Matip at times is they try and be something they're not. Nat Phillips doesn't do that. Nat Phillips knows he heads balls away, he kicks balls away, he 2-foots people. That's how he plays. And he doesn't try and be something that he's not, which I really, really rate. Sturridge had a great dance celebration. Sturridge's dance celebration was class. If you did not learn Daniel Sturridge's dance celebration, were you really Liverpool fan at that time? Not a lot of people will think like me at doing it, but the owners' news couldn't care me less. Obviously, everyone's the new ones. Yeah, I'm of the same ilk, Pablo. I'm just on about the footy now. I'll go back to the owner stuff later on down the line, but I can't be bothered with it at the minute. Codreal are playing away. I think Ancelotti will play similarly to the UCL. Yeah, I think that's going to be Madrid's plan. They're going to try and lure us out, wait for us to commit with the high line and everything, and then look at Vinny or Valverde in behind our fullbacks. That'll be how they get up the pitch. We'll start a double pivot tomorrow, me and throw Diogo off in the 10 where he was playing pre-injury. I wouldn't commit all that much tomorrow, to be honest, Dals. I think we should, but I don't think... Logic dictates we should because we're at home, first leg, and we're not playing great, so we need to try and get as many goals as we can to protect for the second leg. But in the same breath, we're not playing great, so we could also bite us in the arse. The good thing is there's no away goals to worry about this time, though. If we go into the second leg with something to hang on to, then it's a park 2 buses job. It is, but I don't think we're very good at parking the buses at the minute. Plus, I have a good feeling about the Madrid game. Nunes is key. Nunes is key for it, which is why I hope he's fit. My starting 11 would be Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Bajcetic, Henderson, Fabinho, Nunes, Gakpo, Salah. But midfield has to be on it. Very nervous for tomorrow night, but Anfield will turn up in the Champions League. Anfield is going to be the most crucial factor. We need a good atmosphere. We need to run it back to the 17, 18 days because that's how... Look, that Anfield atmosphere can win you games on its own. Sturridge is the second best finish I've seen at the club after Torres. Controversially, I don't think Torres was that great a finisher. I don't want Thiago anywhere near this team until he leaves. He ruins us. Thiago has his role, but we haven't used him in the correct role. Nunes reminds me of Torres. I don't know why. Nunes is... The thing with Nunes, I keep seeing people try and compare him. I can understand the Torres comparison. I can understand the Suarez comparison. To me, we've never had a player like Nunes before because for that physical build... The thing is with Torres was silky. He wasn't as tall as Nunes, but he had that silk. He was a tall, silky striker, Torres. Nunes does not have that silk. I will be completely honest with you, man. There's nothing very silky about Darwin Nunes, but I like it. I'm fine with it. There's not really a player I can compare Darwin Nunes to what we've had in the past. You hear them trying to sail on again in a few years? Yes, 100%. They don't want to be here for 10 plus years again. Nat Phillips away to Madrid in 2021. We learned that he was better than Kabak that day. He was the best defender in both legs. Although, again, that weren't hard. FSG for us, just with our fan base, was actually protesting if they do not. FSG is staying at Liverpool for a long time. Our fan base is very much of the ilk, or the match-going fans anyway, because as someone who goes when I can, I've spoken to a lot of them, I can say it's very much glass half full with Liverpool because of how it's been in the past 20-odd years. So we'd much rather keep security than take the risk for greater success. That's like that's the consensus from people I know. Whether I agree with it or not, I don't agree with it, but that's the best way I can describe it. Was at that Palace away in the cup when Moreno done the celebration with him killing me. That did. Lad, that was fucking funny. That was funny because he just didn't get it right. He's doing like some weird prance thing. Where can we hate Madrid? I'll touch on that in the tactical part, but there's a lot less spaces than Newcastle, I'll say that much. Anyway, I'm glad you made Sean wants to hear more from you since discovering the football terrace. Hassan beat you to it. He did. When I say wrongins and brown envelopes, is that they get paid by the club to promote the narrative and delusion. I don't think they get paid by the club to promote that, but I think they have a connection within the club to enable certain pieces of content to be produced. But I don't think like FSG pay them per se. I think people are overhyping Madrid's midfield. You know, Tom, this isn't prime Madrid. We said that last year, and they still fucking walked us all over the park. I think the biggest threat is Valverde. That guy can get up and down the field within 2 seconds, plus he helps at right back, which is why I think Stefan and the positions he picked up are going to be important. Who do you think is a better fit in the 10, like Cody or Diogo? I reckon Gakpo may just offer something more. I don't think we play a natural 10. I think we play a second striker. And in the second striker role, it's Gakpo. But it's not a million miles away. They both offer something different. I just like Gakpo's physicality a little bit more. Nunes is having his it moment tomorrow. I think he is, yeah. No, I think tomorrow could be a massive, massive one. Thiago's best role being that right-hand side in the attacking role. I've been saying this, Dals. I've been saying this. When we get Bellingham in, if we get Bellingham, not when. I got a little bit ahead of myself there. If we get Bellingham in, you have to go with Bellingham on the left and Thiago on the right. Because Thiago reads the game well. He can... What we always go on about is our right centre mid has to cover Trent. And that is correct. He has to cover Trent. But he doesn't have to go stand at right back. He doesn't. He can actually go and say, stand in at, let's say, like that channel. the channel between centre back and right back, but further ahead. Thiago will stand there and intercept it rather than having to fly into tackles and stand in that position, etc., etc. Even if you remove God's entire second stint games but leave the goals, it would be 183 goals in 330 games. Mo's won 7-4 and 287. Robbie was an attacking oriented side that was poor defensively. He was in an attacking oriented side that wasn't as good. I'm fine with you having Mo Salah up there. I've got no issue with that. Mo Salah's boss. But from what I've watched back, because I went alive when Fowler was in his pomp, and from what I've been told, Robbie Fowler is the best finisher this club has ever had. And I would willingly back that statement from what I've seen. Some of the stuff he done was mental. Nunes is Uruguayan Andy Carroll. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. Do you think our summer will be just due? I think our summer is 2 midfielders and a centre-back. And maybe, if we're lucky, if we get investments, a third midfielder. Nunes reminds me of Cavani. I don't think Cavani was this physically capable. The best way I can describe Nunes is, you know them pro clubs builds which people make, which have all the shit technical stats because they don't matter. You control them, but they're physical, mad physical. So they have all the pace, all the strength, all the agility, all the balance. Yeah. But they don't put any skill points into finishing or dribbling or anything. That's Nunes. That's Nunes to a T. I feel like we have to win this leg because at the Madrid Stadium, I cannot see us winning there. If I'm honest, I just hope Diaz in the squad for the second leg, but I don't want to rush him back. I agree. I hope he's there in the second leg. Do we have to win this? I think it's hard to win at Madrid. Incredibly hard to win at Madrid, but we've done crazy things in the past, but I wouldn't want to bank on us having to win at Madrid. I'll say that much. We do have to try and get a win here. Do you need to hit the 1K mark for Super Chat? You do. I need to hit 1K and I need to hit like 400 hours or something. I can't remember. I had looked at it before. Weird sort of thing. Should Robbo and Trent stay behind more this game to the bottom forwards? No, because then we can't hurt our attack to help our defence, because by hurting our attack, we invite more pressure onto the defence sort of thing, if you get me. Which Chelsea manager did you despise the most? Evans or Hodgson? Rodgers. Onana from Everton would improve. I'd love Amadou Onana. I think Amadou Onana is a fantastic little player. I know that he's an Evertonian, so I would never get him, but I really like Amadou Onana. I think there's a proper little midfield player in there. A goalkeeper is needed this summer. Keller is bound to leave. You can find someone off free for that, like Robert Zieler or something. But we've got Pitaluga coming through the club. Like Harvey Davis is there who the club like. We'll just promote from within again. I want Vardiol, but I think we're more likely to get Antonio Silva. I'll take Vardiol in a heartbeat. I really do like Antonio Silva. I think he's a boss little centre-back. He backed against Juve in the group stage. Proper little centre-back. I also think Everton Dicker on a free. Keep your eye on that one as well. Keep your eye on that one. Thoughts on Everton fans who say they have more scouts that support Everton, and Liverpool fans are Irish, Norwegian, etc. One of the biggest Everton accounts on Twitter is a Norwegian account. We are not winning the second leg. We must take a lead tomorrow. Fair enough. I'm afraid them selling our stars to fund Jude. We can't afford to do sell to buy because it would just send us backwards. That's the big thing. So I don't think we will sell the stars. I hope anyway, but I wouldn't rule it out, to be fair. I think 2-0 tomorrow. Liverpool then lost 2-1 on the second leg. I've got to be. I'm quietly a little bit optimistic for the second leg. I could see a draw. Anyway, our team clicks when our fullbacks are playing well. 100%. Our fullbacks are our most important pieces. You just like Rodgers more than Hodgson. Roy Hodgson was here for 6 months, and they were a shit 6 months, but he was here for 6 months. This is the thing. They were awful 6 months. We lost to Blackpool. I was at that Blackpool game. Watching Gary Taylor-Fletcher bag on your head. What's the point? But with Brendan Rodgers, like, he was here for 3.5 years. He did nothing in that title run because that title run was down to nothing on him. When it came down to him as a manager, he got that title run wrong by not playing for a draw against Chelsea. The year before that, he fucked it up with Suso's development. The year after that, when we sold Suarez, that was worse than Hodgson. 100% that was worse than Hodgson. Because with Hodgson's team, I had no expectations. They managed to underperform my very low expectations, Hodgson's team, but it was 6 months. Like, I'm not really too bothered about that anymore. Brendan Rodgers' team were this close to a title and then finished 5th or 6th or 7th or whatever it was. But he kept acting like he was the big I am and bench in the world. I couldn't stand him. A perfect song would be Jude, Matheus Nunes, and one more midfielder, and Antonio Silva, but I do not mind Gvardiol coming in. I think that our summer will go like Jude, Nunes, one of Neves or Manu Kone or Mason Mount. One of them three will come in as well. And I could see Gvardiol more than Antonio Silva because I think Antonio Silva's got a release clause of like 120. Scalvini, good little centre back from Atlanta. That good little centre back. I thought Ndicka was going Barca. I haven't heard anything on it. I think he's still available on the market. You don't need Hinch Cape or Manu Kone or even Ward Prowse. Ward Prowse not so much, but Manu Kone I really like, and Hincapié I think he should sign a new contract. To be fair, so Diaz, Nunes, Salah, Gakpo front four, Thiago, Bajcetic's DMs. I think that'll work best in the front three. Potentially, but I think you're asking who. I don't know who would be playing as the attacking mid. I think it'd be Gakpo. You're asking Gakpo to do a hell of a lot of defensive work there, which I don't think he's made up for. Title run with Suarez, to be fair, it was. They say Rodgers had Stevie G's name on those brown envelopes. Brendan Rodgers' transfer strategy was ask Steven Gerrard to ring up whoever. Steven Gerrard, the year after he missed out on the title, rang up Tony Kroos and Alexis Sanchez and tried to convince them to join us because we had no other appeal. Hodgins didn't win half back because we ended up with a nice Carabao Cup. That was King Kenny. That was King Kenny. Although it was a Rodgers team, but hey ho. Hodgson team, sorry. 14-15 is actually the worst season. That Villa semi-final, fucking Lovren shot at the end of that game just summed it all up. I still think we get Ugarte. That's another name that I forgot. He's up there as well. Do you think Klopp will walk if FSG do not back him this summer? Because I think he will. And if he does not back him, but he has to be more ruthless, and it'll be interesting to see what Klopp does now. It will be. But look, let me do my little monologue on this ownership thing. So, the news came out today. John Henry announced that Liverpool Football Club is not up for sale. We've been told in November by David Ornstein and other reliable journalists that the club was up for sale. They'd employed Goldman Sachs and another big American firm to, oversee the sale of the football club. What has happened here? Look, the best way I can put it, I've been FSG out for ages, but I can't be bothered right now off this news to sit there and spew FSG out, because it's not going to get me anywhere. I'll be like shouting at a wall because it's not going to make them change. What I need them to do is they've promised that we will be getting investments. We'll be getting investments in. If we get this investment in, I need it to not. Look, what is the best way I can put this? Let me have a little think about the best way I can properly state this. It'd be something like, I'm just going to read out what I tweeted, to be fair, because I think I said it correctly there and I can't really remember it. If FSG is staying, they have to evolve with the times. That was it. They have to evolve with what we're doing in the times. Moneyball, with the stage we're at as a football club, Moneyball is not sustainable. We're not that club that fights for top. We're not that club that they bought, which was fighting for top four and hoping and praying that maybe we can nick it for 1 year or 2 years and then use that money and reinvest in everything. We are not that club anymore. We haven't been that club for years, but because we were able to get up there and compete on a top four budget, FSG have had no reason to move on beyond a top four budget. What we need now with this minority investment is significant investment. This squad needs a £300 million overhaul. We need that. But not only do we need significant investment, we need sustained investment throughout the rest of their tenure. This cannot be a thing where we have to, we get 300 million 1 year, but then only 40 and then 50 and then 40 again. And you've got to sell to buy if you want to fund anything else. No. This has to be 300 million available the first summer, 150 the next, 150 the next, 150 the next. Even if we don't spend it all, I'm not bothered. The money has to be available. It has to be there for them. That's what the aim of the minority investment should be, to provide Klopp with the tools that you can't already provide him with. And if that is not going to happen, then go. Then what is the point of us being here? Because if the worst case scenario is we just carry on as we're doing. If we carry on as we're doing, we are going 10, 15 years without a league title, and we will fall back and back and back and back because football waits for no one. It waits for no one. And if we sit there twiddling our thumbs, waiting for the right opportunity, it will never come. We have to be proactive. We have to commit, and we have to go full blooded with it. I don't trust FSG to do that, but that is what they have to do. That is what the minority investment has to be. But that's all I'll say on the ownership for now. I'll probably touch on it a little bit on Hassan's channel as well, but that's all I'll say on it for now. The game tomorrow, massive game. Probably the biggest European game at Anfield in terms of two teams since Barcelona in 2019. Let me just think. Bayern winning. No, it's Barca. It's Barca. It's Barca. And in terms of what's on the line for this season, it has that feel to it as well. I was nervous about a week ago. I'm not confident now, but I'm more excited now because I want to see what this team can do. What I'm looking for tomorrow is I need a performance off Van Dijk because he's going up against Benzema, and Benzema still has not scored a goal. He still hasn't scored a goal in this Champions League run. So, he's probably due a goal. We like to give goals out. We need Trent to be on it. We need Bajcetic to be on it. And we need Salah and whoever is on the left to be on it. If them 5 players are on it, we'll be fine. And I need Robertson as well because Valverde worries me. But like I've been doing a lot recently, I like to get me a little tactical input on it. So this is how I think Liverpool should line up tomorrow. I think it should be relatively the same team. Alisson in goal, obviously, best keeper in the world. Robbo at left back, Van Dijk and Gomez as the centre-back partnership. I think the centre-back partnership that complements each other most. I need Alexander-Arnold at right back. I need Fabinho, Bajcetic and Henderson in centre-mid. And I need Salah, Núñez, if he's fit. If he's not fit, I'll discuss what I'll do if he's not fit in a minute. But I need Núñez on the left and I need Diogo Jota up front. There's only one change and it's Jota for Gakpo. Why would I drop Cody Gakpo after he's started to find form? We are going into knockout football, and knockout football is it's such fine margins. And these fine margins, they're very rarely decided by a clear-cut chance. So I need someone in that team who I back, if he gets a half chance, to bury it. I don't back Núñez to do that. I back Salah, but I think they're going to try and double up on him with Militao and Alaba, and even Luka Modric at times. So I need my striker to be able to get a half chance in the box, and not only get that half chance, but bury that half chance. And that's what Diogo can do. I haven't seen that yet from Gakpo. So I need Jota in there. But where can we hurt this Madrid team? Where can we cause this Madrid team problems? I believe that they're going to set up very pessimistically. They'll be sitting back deep, camped on the edge, waiting for us to push on. We'll have Salah, Jota, Núñez, Bajcetic will be in that space. Henderson will be there. Fabinho will be about there. We'll have Rob up there. Trent will be up there. Gomez about there. And Van Dijk there. Well, if we're up like that, they will be looking to cheat. I said it last time, what I do with Núñez against Trippier, they will also be looking to do the same thing, because whereas Trippier likes to attack, Carvajal doesn't, so we can't attack that avenue. Whereas with us, we need Trent to attack because he's our best creator. What they'll be doing is waiting for the cross. They'll win it back, and it'll be straight there. Straight into that channel for Vinicius to chase, which is why I can't have Matip there, because Joel Matip isn't going to cover well enough. Joel Matip is not going to get over there quick enough, read the game well enough. Joe Gomez doesn't read the game well enough, but Joe Gomez is quick enough to cover for not reading the game well enough. Matip isn't either. So how do we attack? How do we get at this Madrid team? Well, Valverde is going to be dropping back. I think this is something we need to understand. I believe that they set up something like this. So when they're defending, they'll almost be in a 4-4-2. So Valverde will drop right back. Ceballos will end up covering out wide, and we'll have a Camavinga, Luka Modric double pivot. What we have to do then is have Fabinho. We need Fabinho to have a blinder when we're attacking, to be honest, because he has to cover two positions. If we want to get numerical overloads, he has to cover both positions. The best way we're going to get at them is in this channel right here. Where's my little square thing? There it is. Right there. That area is where we're going to get at them. But it's not going to be through nice interplay and then dribbling in the box. What we have to do is open up an avenue. So, whether Salah comes in, Henderson goes wide, whatever, we have to eventually get it in a position where Trent or Salah are in this position to cross the ball. Because we have to cross it to either Núñez, who will have height advantage over Carvajal, or Jota, who in the end will end up occupying good space in between centre-backs. He's so good in the air, Jota. This is the one thing that we've missed. He's so good in the air. And this avenue will be so important. Even if Bajcetic ends up making some late runs in. I just don't think, though, with how Madrid is set up, that the left-hand side is much of an avenue for short link-up play. Maybe we can hit them on the counter a couple of times, like we've done against Newcastle, where Trent or Gomez will play a long ball over the top behind the defence for Núñez. But I think opportunities like that will be a lot less prevalent against a Madrid team that don't want to commit. And there is a worry that Thibaut Courtois, big tall goalkeeper, will come for crosses. There is a massive worry about that. But I don't want crosses that are floated in. If you're going to float them in, you put them in right at the back post. You put them in right there, and Núñez heads back across goal. If we're going for Jota, I need him to be drilled. Because Jota can work with a half chance. And we're not going to get many chances this game. We need to work with half chances. And I don't think this game is going to be a free-flowing, wonderful... I think it's going to be a scrappy... Not boring, because I think there'll be chances and I think there'll be an overall excitement to the game because of the teams that are playing. But I think it'll be scrappy, it'll be nervy, it'll be edgy. And I don't think there'll be bucket loads of goals. If I had to make my prediction, I'd be going 2-1 Liverpool. I don't think we keep them out. I really don't think we keep them out. I think Benzema, Vinicius, and Valverde, they're just going to get too many opportunities getting behind our fullbacks. They'll get one. But I think we have such good attacking threat in areas that I think we can expose them. Plus, they're still playing with a little bit of a... And Militao's not 100% fit. Courtois' not 100% fit. Ceballos having to come in. Alaba's having to go to a... I know he played there by him, but he hasn't played there for a couple of years now, back at left back. You know, Benzema's not 100% fit. They're without too many in Cruz. You can get at this Madrid team, but I believe that the best way we're going to do it is by putting in the crosses, because that's how teams have gotten at them so far this season. They're very slow to close the crosser, is what I've realised. So, even if they are quick, we should be able to get a numerical overload in a triangle against the person closing them down. So, let's get through some of these comments here. We were right up to here. Do you love beating Everton on Derby Day? And do you think, yes, beating Everton on Derby Day is probably the best feeling that I can expect this season. Nothing comes close to it. Unfortunately, I don't think Jude comes. We need the midfielder who drives us forward and gets 15 to 20 goals and assists. I think something's got to be... There's got to be something in the Jude thing. So I don't think we commit this much in terms of finances and owners coming out and this, that, and the other if we don't believe he's coming in. I really hope Klopp doesn't defend these owners. I wouldn't be shocked if he does. I'm not asked what he says in the press, to be honest. Like, Jurgen Klopp lies. I don't know why people think he doesn't. He's a liar in the press. John Henry's lying through his teeth. Maybe, hopefully he is. Mount and Ward-Prowse trade for Henderson and Jones. Why are we just swapping two dead English midfielders for another dead English midfielder and one who's slightly better than dead? Bellingham and Guardiola will be very installment heavy. I think we could do it. They would be. It's just how we would spread it because of the new FIFA ruling coming in about the contracts and that. We can't do it in a Chelsea way, so it will, even though it'll be installment based. So let's say Bellingham's 120, let's say. While it won't be the 120 up front, it also won't be the way Chelsea have done it when it's like 8 mil a year. It'll probably end up being something like 40 up front and then the 60 across the next 4 years in equal payments, which is still a bit expensive. But when you want these top players, you spend top money. I feel for Klopp, if we get Jude for 130, we have to sell players in the summer. The thing is, though, I don't think we've got players to sell. Like this thing, I think sell to buy has run its course because we've got no more players to sell. The investment thing will be directly into the club. That's the big thing. The investment has to be directly into the club, not into FSG's pocket so they can fund the bloody New Orleans nefarious whatever in the American football or whatever. I don't know. FSG taking as far as they can. I back that. Tom Dewey at Goodison Park, fully. It's a shed. For some reason, I think we get 250, and if we want more, we have to sell. I'd hate 250. You could fix a squad for 250. I don't want Mount, but if Klopp sees something in there and trust him, I just don't like Mason Mount. If he comes, I'll support him, but I don't like him. Enjoy the game tomorrow, Tom, Nunes, and Jota. I think one of them gets. I think one of them gets a goal, but I think the other one comes from Salah. I think Salah's due a big game against Madrid. I'm not allowed to wear McDonald's kit on stream, Hassam. Wow. No, I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna make a stand. I'll wear it. I will wear my Mo Salah kit. Mountain Dew, I think we get. I don't want Mason Mount. I really don't want Mason Mount. My biggest fear is the intensity clown being our next manager. I mean, I don't like Pep Linders all that much, but he was on something with Gakpo. I'll have to retract some of me anger towards him, gotta admit. Hassam hates the yellow. Nunes was in full training. He was, but I don't know. Like, again, it's what does Klopp risk him in this, that, and the other? I hope he does, because I think we need him. Ali, Trent, Gomez, Veg, Robbo, Fab, Steph, Hendo, Nunes, Cody, Mo. If you start Cody Gakpo at the top, I can't fault it. He's in form. Which, it seems more crazy for me to take out an informed player, especially when it's the first time they found it. But I just need what I can guarantee I've got from Jota. I don't want to take the risk of the unknown of Gakpo, if you get me. Nunes attacking Carvajal would be our best attack. It would be if Madrid can miss their fullback high enough, which I don't think they're going to do often enough. Big up Hassam, yeah. Big up Hassam. And in half an hour, I'm on his channel. So make sure you're getting involved in that one as well. I don't even just Jota at the minute with the half chance he had one against Newcastle with that. I wouldn't even class that as a half chance. And I think it was that is a very, very difficult chance. To get even as close as he did is mad. It is mad. Oh, no, I know what you mean. The other header. Yes, the other header. I get you. The one which was whipped in and he's headed it wide. Fair enough. I mean, I still back it. I think that's rustiness. I think he'll come through this game. Big Anfield, nice. He'll come through. Gakpo must not be dropped and Jota's ready to start anyway. How many more games off the bench does Jota need? Nunes is going to start. Nunes has to start. Fabinho has to play well, 100%. Courtois will come for every cross. Yep, which is why we need to vary the deliveries he put in. You're starting Jota or Gakpo, Tom. Jota. Yep. I can't lie. The time these quotes from Henry's are disgraceful. Said that on the top 6 show earlier on this house. To release these statements, we've been asking for clarity, and that's what you'll say. Oh, well, you asked for clarity. You've got clarity now. We wanted clarity when we were crap. We don't need clarity the day not the clarity, the controversy that it'll bring and the pressure and the drama that it'll bring the day before our biggest game of the season. That is just stupid, which is why I'm so annoyed by it. What will catch them as a middle low driven cross? Yep. What software is I think it's just called like tacticalboard.com. I think that's tacticalboard.com. I've got it up there. Matip reads the game better than Gomez. He reads the game better, but he doesn't. It's not about reading it, it's about getting there and stopping it. It's all well and good reading something, but you got to stop it. Wild shout, start Bobby and let him help out the midfield in transitions. I don't think the transitions are going to go through the midfield though. So I don't think. Let me pull this back up. I don't think that Madrid are going to go like this. So let's say they end up with the ball there. We try to cross it in, head it away, yada yada yada. They're not going to go Camavinga, then Modric, then Valverde, then Benzema. It will be header, Rudiger, bang. Header, Rudiger, quickly to Modric, bang, trying to get into this channel here. That's where they're not going to be slow. So I think with Firmino, that him dropping back to help transitions wouldn't really be effective because they're not transitioning through the lines. It'll be long balls. Madrid will win this 3-1. I'll put the opener at Messi FC. Do you think Jota's match ready for such a clutch match? I do. I don't think he's ready for the full 90, but I wouldn't expect him to play the full 90. I'd bring Gakpo on with 30 to go. But I think Jota's ready. He's got that killer gene in him, man. He's got that killer gene. We need Robbo and Trent on form, 100%. I think Camavinga will play left back. No, I think it'll be David Alaba. Is that Robbie Fowler shirt, the 95-96 one? Yes, it is. Let me pull you know. 95-96 away, Robbie Fowler. The one he bagged the brace against United at Old Trafford with. Absolute hero. Do you think there was anything behind Grizz tweeting Jude Bellingham? He said June Bellingham. There's something behind. Grizz knows his stuff. A basketball type scenario for the second leg is ideal. The only way that happens is a clean sheet and at least 2 goals tomorrow. If they score, it's a big problem. If we don't win tomorrow, we probably don't win the tie. Because going away to the Bernabeu and needing a result, I don't think we'll handle that pressure well enough. Who was the better manager for LFC? Dalglish or Rodgers' recent stints? No, 1990s. Dalglish. He actually won stuff, and this club is about winning stuff. Redbeard invested directly into FSG to get an 11% stake into FSG. FSG are looking for investors into the club, 100%. We need the investment into the club. I don't rate him out highly, but I wouldn't mind him as a squad player, but just as a squad player, he wouldn't end up being that because he has too many player traits like Henderson, so he would become Henderson 2.0, which means he would start most games even when he doesn't deserve to start. Why Liverpool would stand the chartered, I don't know, but I hope we aren't with them for much longer. I fully agree about the Jota rant, but I feel he needs more time to get his groove back. I think Diogo Jota isn't a player that needs much of a build-up, so I think you could drop Diogo Jota in and he performs. And I think what we've been doing is getting his sharpness up. We've not been getting his form up, we've been getting his sharpness up. And I think that's the most important thing here. He's getting his sharpness up. Thoughts on getting Marcus Crush? I can't say his name, but I know what you're on about. He's got Gvardiol, Nkunku, Olmo, Szoboszlai, Colomwani, Kamada. Top director of football, and if Klopp wants him, and Klopp is willing to work with him and see the power that he's got, all for it. We need to score as early as we can, 100%. I think Salah will turn up and will score and skill up Alaba or Camavinga. He's due a good performance. I agree. He's due a big European performance, Salah. Will Trent be able to capitalise on the overlap? Potentially, but I think what will happen is there's also the space in behind him he's got to worry about, and I think that will catch him out a couple of times. I'd like to try a 4-2-1-2-1. 4-2-1-2-1 with Gakpo Cam, Nunes left wing, Jota striker, Salah right wing. I think that's just a little bit too attacking for this tie, but I'd like to see it in some games. Vinny Jr. will get them up the pitch, 100%. It is a class away. I've also got the Ecru kit from the year after, the 96-97 in the other room. Bellingham will happen. Convinced even with FSG in charge that happens, I agree. Apparently, we're going for Colomwani from Frankfurt. We do not need him, but I think it is money talk. We stop buying attackers. We need midfielders. Can he do a job in centre mid? If not, I don't want them. Dalglish won a trophy and got us to 2 fans and was within an unreal Petr Cech save of probably winning another trophy. Dalglish finished 8th, mate. Shocking manager. Rodgers nearly won the league. Rodgers nearly won the league and then finished 8th. Rodgers the year before finished 7th, I think. Rodgers, when he got sacked, was like 13th, 14th. Rodgers was not a good manager. Let's not take the piss here. But surely dropping Gakpo would harm his confidence after scoring 2 and 2 and finding his feet. I don't think it. No, I don't think so. I don't think Gakpo would read into it all that bad. I think he would understand why Jota's in there. But he probably will go Gakpo starting. But I would personally have Jota in there because I think his skill set suits a knockout tie more. Newcastle's unfortunate. Just didn't have match sharpness. Reckon he bags all those on a given day. Not against starting them. 100%. Roy Jesus Christ, Charlie. Have you realised Salah hasn't spoken before the game and hasn't said the word revenge? He might be in business. Fingers crossed, but who knows? I can't be bothered with playing Madrid, and then he just never enjoys his time against Madrid. Salah Gakpo need to finish their dinner. I think if we get past Madrid in the Champions League, we win the damn thing, it will boost the players massively and our season will go from bad to a very good season. Winning the Champions League wouldn't be a very good season because we'd be underperforming unless we manage to secure top 4 from the most unlikely of positions. And I think if we fully send it in the Champions League, we won't get top 4. So it wouldn't be a very good season. I'd love it. I'd be a fucking immense win to win the Champions League. But I do agree with the first part. Whoever wins out of Real Madrid Liverpool will win the whole thing because European heritage, European history, European atmospheres, they are crucial. They win ties on their own. And Liverpool and Real Madrid are the two kings of that. Why are we in for another attacker? Our attacking depth is outstanding because the club don't know. I don't know. We're trying to replace Firmino, but give Firmino a new contract. Who knows? Who knows? Come on, you had your worst Prem season on Daglish, who's washed up, and we also won a trophy. Like, what you have to understand, Minerals, is when Daglish won that trophy, we hadn't won a trophy since 2006, so it's been 6 years. And we looked like we weren't going to win a trophy anytime soon. Winning that trophy was a big, big thing for us because we are not, like, in that period of time, we were not what we should be. We weren't that successful club that we should be. So I will always put Daglish's reign over that. The reason why we had our worst Prem season under him was because we did not have the players. We did not have the players for a league run and 2 cup runs. So we had to sacrifice the league. Thing has been with this fella for the transfer business excites me. I hope he brings that Lindstrom left from Frankfurt. I hope he brings us whoever we need to make it work. That's all I care about. And he's the one in charge of transfers. None of this Jurgen Klopp in charge of transfers and managing the team. And no. Get the director of football in. Let him do the transfers. If we beat Madrid, my dad's already said he's going to pre-book tickets to the final. I was thinking about it, but I'm probably going away with my missus like just afterwards. So I don't think my bank account can afford an Istanbul trip and a holiday with the missus. How do we cut through Madrid defence? You don't cut through a defence that's good. You simply create chances and hope for the best. If we win these... Again, though, I don't think it'd be an outstanding success, but it wouldn't be an outstanding season because a season is across all competitions, and we'd go from winning 2 trophies, being on the cusp of 2, to not being on the cusp of any of 3, but winning 1. Even though it'd be a big one, I still wouldn't class this season as a success because I didn't actually class last season as a success either. Time you get yourself down to the bus welcome and Taggy's pre-game tomorrow. I am, but still not boxed. Might be a jib job if I'm lucky. I'm in uni. Like, I don't get back to Liverpool till 7:30ish, which is fucking annoying. So I would have went to that bus welcome. I'm happy with me. It was a 6th choice attacker. You're right, NS Sports, mate. Good to see you. If we win the Champions League, we'll finish 5th to it. Yes, we do. That 11-12 season with Daglish, people don't realise we were rubbish at taking our chances. We hit the woodwork 31 times. That's mad. I'm not married, no. Mrs. Right, so this is... Scousers will say Mrs. to mean girlfriend, not wife. I'm not married. I'm only 21. Fuck me. If I was married to 21, I think my parents would kill me. If Qatar don't get United and Glazers reject them, will you do a celebration party stream? If United end up with them owners who want to keep the Glazers in charge, me and Hassam will have a full-on 2+ hour live stream celebrating it. I didn't get married, no. Don't you reckon the final end up happening in Istanbul if these earthquakes? That is a very good point, actually, Dolls. Ooh. That's something they are going to have to consider. I'm proud to everyone who's, in that situation in Turkey. Hopefully everything gets sourced out there. It looks like we're looking for a proper director of football who only come in if he was given power over transfers. That's what they're supposed to do. None of this Jurgen Klopp in control of transfers. Peplin's in control of transfers. Get your priorities right, UCL over romantic trip away all day. My missus would kill me. Any season where you win the UCL is a massively successful season. I disagree. Not for where I think we should be as a club. Would Pookie score more goals than Salah against the low block? Something realist, Jesus Christ. No. I don't, no. Why am I thinking about Timu Pookie? Why's Timu Pookie's name being mentioned? Jesus Christ. I say this, I'm only 17. She's a good one. Good on you, lad. You should buy Hassam a Liverpool hoodie for his birthday. If Hassam was to give me his address, I would buy him one of these. I'd buy him a Liverpool lovely yellow away kit from last season. That's where I get him. Big up for Redbird. And League Cup's a Tin Pot Cup, mate. Roger's season was better than Dalglish's seasons. Don't forget you lot. He was out of his depth. Brendan Wood. Again, though, it's Tin Pot Cup, but we hadn't won anything for 6 years and we didn't win anything for 8 years afterwards. I take whatever Tin Pot Cup I can get. Roger's season was better, yes, but it ultimately led to nothing. And beyond that, we were not successful in any way. No, that took me bad. Paris with me in the RFL last year. Got 2 jobs done in 1. My missus is a United fan, so she would not want to come and watch Liverpool win a Champions League. I'll say it like that. I will say it like that. Imagine the Glazers and FSG stay as owners of United and Liverpool. It will be such a disappointment for both clubs, especially Man United. Redbird will not get the minority stake of the football club. Redbird, I don't think they can because they own AC Milan, and they're doing a really shit job of that. But hey, hum. Is my girlfriend Liverpool supporters? No, she is a Manchester United. She's a United fan, and everyone has tried to cook me for it. I don't really care. I managed to get good years out of it. How good is Robbo going forward and with crossing? Andy Robertson going forward is fantastic. Andy Robertson with crossing is horrific at times. It's inconsistent. He's too insistent on trying to get to the byline and do low cutbacks. At times, we don't need that. Is me missus from Manny? Nah, she's from South Africa. But she lives in Manchester, so. Say if United don't get Qatar, but Liverpool end up not being sold either, will you do a celebration stream? It'd be a bit stupid, like, wouldn't it? Way shit, what your shit, way. I felt a little bit of dignity. My bird was a mank as well, Jimmy West was enough to convert it. My missus is too insistent upon it. Too insistent. My bird won't be the investors, hopefully not. I think top 4 is on. I think so as well. Any season with the trophy is a success, Tom. It's ambitious, just the same. It's again though. My main priority this year wasn't Champions League; it was the league, and we've been that bad in the league that it's really hard. Unless we got top 4, I couldn't class this season as a success. But that's just me. So let me get this straight: you would not go to a UCL final for us because of a United fan. Yes, and also I wouldn't be able to get tickets. FSG cheaters are joking. We deserve more as Liverpool fans. Robertson lacks goals. That's all he misses about his game. Robertson got goals last season. I think last season was like his highest scoring season. Who do I hate more, United or the Everton? Yeah, just South Africa. Maybe. Have you ever punched up Everton fans? No. Like, why am I going to be bothered about a relegation team? I despise United way more than Everton. I despise United so much. United annoy me more, but I can't stand Everton. But that's just because I know more Evertonians that live in the city. They like to give it larger in the crop. But anyway, I am live with Hassam in 15 minutes. I need to go get myself all ready up for that. Grab myself something to eat. Make sure you get involved in that one. What do I need to do now? Because I'm horrific at this. I need to tell you all to like the video. Yes. Subscribe if you're not already. Yes. Turn on notifications. Yes. Follow the socials that are scrolling across there and down on the description box. That's the one. Yes. Get to Hassam's channel in 15 minutes for Hassam X Tom Little. Yes. And I will be back probably on Wednesday for a review of this match. I will see you all then. In a bit, everyone. Peace.